Okay guys, how you doing out there? My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of the Platinum 4K Cinema screens, the FutureTech 4K, and the Fusion Silver Fusion Black Crystal Vision projection screens. Also too, a little update here, we have a new screen color coming out. I will be converting this to the new screen. I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's going to be made for the Platinum 4K Cinema, and you're going to freaking love it. Alright, so yesterday I showed you guys how you can make your own cheap screen paint. This is for those of you out there who really don't care about the, I don't know, if you just want something cheap you want to throw up on your wall, you know what I mean? Like I said, if you're going to do it this way, there's really no point in buying an expensive projector, because pretty much your projector has to match your screen's performance, and whatever your screen's going to be able to put out, that's what your projector's going to be to give back to you. So if you do go down this road, just be warned that your screen is going to fade out, colors are going to look a little you're not going to really get the high performance of your projector. But this is just to show you that you don't have to spend $50 to $100 for these cheap screen paint mixes that you see online. Now over here, mind you, some of these mixes will cost you $50 to $100 just for 1 quart to 2 quarts. So it's $50 just for 1 quart, and some will cost you $100 to $80 for 2 quarts. So why spend the money when you can make it yourself? And this is all they're doing. All they're doing is no science behind this. They're using, well, they're not using bare silver screen, but with our mix we used a bare silver screen right here, and just some everyday flat black. Doesn't make it any difference what kind it is, as long as it's flat black. That's all that makes a difference. You don't want to use semi-gloss J, because basically you don't want to run the risk of your screen hot spotting on you. But anyway, so for $38 you can make a gallon of this. A gallon for $38, instead of going out and waiting for paying for shipping costs. Even if it's free, doesn't make a difference. You know, you have no waiting time. Go to Home Depot and make this and done with it, okay? This is the mix we got right here. Now, over here, this right here is the screen paint we bought offline. I'm going to be polite here because I try to be respectful in my videos, and I try not to mention where we got the paint from, but you guys are pretty sure already where we got it from. So we bought all three. Over here we have the Cinema Black mix right there. That, oops, too much information, but that screen is going to be going outside on deck with the sunlight coming up, because it was claimed to be able to take on direct sunlight. So I'm curious about that right there. We already did it against the Nano Black, and the Nano Black, well, you know what happened. Anyway, in our demonstrations, we don't do the up-close projector. Our projector is sitting back around, oops, let's get on this side, I'm on the wrong side, 15 feet from the screen. No, none of the projectors are sitting right up on top of the screen, because when you have a projector sit on top of the screen looks absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? We have our NEC VT595 projector at 2000 lumens, 720p, 600 by 800 res, SVGA, using a cheap low-end projector. Now, 16 feet back, fully lit environment. There is no ambient light controlled environment in this environment at all. This screen paint is really going to be put through some serious testing. I'm already testing a DMP Supernova. You've seen what a DMP Supernova did against the screen paint online. Sorry about that. Woo! Anyway, my bad. But anyway, so it's just easy to do. All they're doing is basically just taking a silver screen or whatever paint, and they're just mixing a little black into it. The more black they put into it, the darker the screen becomes. The less you put into it, the lighter the screen comes. That's all it pretty much is. So there's no real science behind it. There's no real proof that the screens are actually high performance. I've never seen demonstrations tested against some of these high-end screens on the market. No DMP Supernova, none of these high-end screens. Just basically them testing their own screen paints against their own screen paints, or man, what is going on in my world today? Alright, I have allergies in the morning. They do jack me from time to time. So either their screen paints against their own screen paints, or their own versus somebody else's screen paint, or they'll versus their own stuff. But you'll never see them doing really top-end screens. Like some of the screens I have over here. These are my screens have to go through all this kind of testing. So we have to do the Seymour AV 1.3, Firehawk G4. What are the sample sheets I got here? I got Supernova here. There we go. Elite screens, Dark Star 9. So these are some of the screens my screen has to go against when I do testing against my screens. Now, as for our screen paint, real quick, We're not making any more screen paint. As I said before, the Crystal Edge, there's 3 elements within that chemical out of the 26-step process that makes that chemical. Company, we signed an NDA for it. They're interested in 3 of the elements, so that means we can't make the screen paint anymore, so it'll be discontinued, and we'll be getting a contract for that particular chemical. Woohoo! Okay, so let's move on from there. Making cheap screen paint, I'm going to show you the results. Now, we're going to come over here, we're going to do this in a dark environment. Turn on all our lights here, and show you that you don't have to go out and spend. Why spend the money for $50 to $100 for 2 quarts when you make a gallon for $38? So I'm going to show you why. Move this out of the way. Now you look at the bottom of the screen. There's our screen paint we just made. The bare silver screen with a little bit of black in it. Now mind you, and these demonstrations where these guys are showing off these screens, claiming them to be these high performance screens, there's a whole lot of tricks going on. They're using 4K upscaling. They're using 1080p projectors. Projectors are sitting too close to the screen. There's no ambient light, no real ambient light in the environment. Usually these are ambient light controlled environments, anything to make the screen look a little bit more vivid. Now don't get me wrong, screen paint looks amazing with the lights out. But like I said, more and more today, people want higher gain screens. Businesses, companies want a higher screen. They want a screen that can react just like a TV. That is the ultimate screen. Have a projection screen that looks just like an HD TV that you can use in a fully lit environment. Now, if you're going to replace your TV, you want your projection screen to act like your TV. You don't want to be sitting in the dark all day long just to get a good picture. There you go. Look at that. That's the screen paint we made for $38 a gallon versus a screen paint that we got online. I'm not going to say who, but we got online, and that screen paint, you know, can run anywhere from $50 to $100 depending on, you know, whatever sale they may be having. But anyway, it just shows you right there. You can make it yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about that shipping costs, overseas customs, none of that. Go to Home Depot and make it yourself. It's just basically, and it doesn't even have to be silver screen. It's just, I can take regular white paint. As a matter of fact, I'll do a demonstration on that next. I'll take everyday white paint, mix it with black, and I'll get the same results. That's all it is. So you're seeing it for yourself right there. All right. Now, showed you the projector. You know what I mean? That's my NEC VT595. I'm going to come over here and show you my settings on YouTube. I'm shooting this in 720p right there. That's 720p. All right. Now, I'm going to show you something right here. Now, we're going to take the 47AG. Now, this is a difference between having a advanced screen and having a cheap screen. 47AG is for those of you who desire the very best from your projector. As I said, there's no point in going out and spending the money for a projector if you are going to basically use a cheap screen. Because what you have to understand is, when people don't understand to do these demonstrations, the farther back your projector sits from your screen, especially if you're using a long throw has to be pushed all the way back to get a bigger image, where a short throw can be up close to get a larger image. So the farther back your projector, the more lumens your projector is going to have to push through all this light. By the time it reaches the screen, that means the lumens are going to diminish, and you might get maybe 1500, you know what I mean, depending on how much the light chops away from it. In a dark environment, you're actually going to gain more of your lumens, not lose them. But in a well-lit environment, you're going to lose them. And when it hits the screen, it's going to have to come back with a beautiful image, depending on how powerful the gain is on the screen. Some screens have very poor gain, and they come off looking very crappy. All right, so here we go. Now that's the 47AG, fully lit environment. Now, just to add insult to injury, no, not insult to injury, but I'm going to take our cheap screen paint we made to show you that there's a difference between a high performance screen and a cheap screen. As I said, the 47AG is so bright by Future Tech that any screen leaning against this screen will turn dark. Now that's our cheap screen paint we made for $38. Now, Let's add a little more insult. As a matter of fact, before we do that, let me come over here. Let me hit the light. There's a lot of bouncing around here, ain't I, guys? Let's hit the lights. Let's put it in the dark. Show you what you get. .47 AG has natural color. Now we're going to turn on the spotlight. That's a 100-watt spotlight standing over top of the screen with lights out. These screens are using something called smart technology gain ×5. They can produce 10 times more light even in a well-lit environment. Mind, the screen is cutting through all this light. Actually, there's no light in here right now, but cutting through the darkness, hitting that screen that's well lit. And look at the reaction it's coming back with. Now, what we're going to do is we'll come over here. Let's bring our lights on. Oops, me stepping over the projector. We'll go back a bit. Try to take it back to the beginning so you guys can see. With the lights on. Now, we're going to do one more. I'm going to come out here really quick because my timing is dwindling. I don't have much battery power. I'm going to come over here. Now the screen is supposed to claim to be able to produce perfect white levels. Alright, so let's get that out of there for a minute. We're going to do our relaxing snow scene. Alright. There's our snow scene right there on our screen with a spotlight over top of it. 47 AG with the spotlight. Alright, let's come over here really quick. Let's hit the lights. So like I said, you get what you pay for. You want a cheap screen paint? This is the results you're going to get. With our screens, the 47 AG Future Tech screens, these screens are designed to produce HD TV-like performance. 16 feet back with a spotlight over top of it. Now we'll take our cheap screen paint that we made, put it in front of the AG47. For those of you who are going to say, well, you know what, I can make it for $38. I don't have to pay for your screen. Yeah, this is what you're getting. So that screen turned that cheap $38 screen paint dark. And that's with the spotlight over top of it. In the dark. Now let's turn the lights on. Look at the 47 AG. Doesn't change. Okay guys, I'm Kenneth Burr from Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Hope you enjoyed this video demonstration. Just to show you that, look, if you're going to go down a route and you're going to basically do a cheap screen, you don't really care about the performance of your screen quality, don't pay $50 to $100 for it. You can make it yourself, go to Home Depot, pick it up yourself, save some money, get a gallon out of it. But for those of you who want the very best when it comes to your home theater setup, you pay money for that projector, you want the very best, the Future Tech Platinum 4K Cinema or the Fusion Silver and Fusion Black screens are the way to go. The cheap screen paints are just basically nothing but regular paint with black in it. That's all it is. A little bit of tint here and there. That's what you're doing with it. You can just do it yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for watching. Just look how amazing that looks. Wow. Sorry. It's me over here acting foolish. Oh yeah, really quick plug real quick. I am going to be doing a demonstration next on the cinema black screen over there. I'm going to take it outside. We're going to stick it out in the sunlight. We want to see if this screen can take a direct hit from sunlight and still look fantastic. So I'm curious, I've yet to see a screen that can take on direct sunlight. So this should be a very interesting demonstration. Very, very interesting demonstration. So I can't wait to see that. Sorry about that. Just going to add this in here really quick. I'm going to show off the Future Tech's amazing capability and a fully lit environment. Before my time runs out here. Matter of fact, let's take our cheap screen paint. Let's stick this at the bottom like so I can see everything, because I'm missing a lot of my beautiful screen. Alright. Amazing. Look at that. Cheap screen paint online. 50 to 100 bucks. And then we got our bare screen paint mix we made right there. And then right in the center, that's the Future Tech 47 AG with a 100-watt spotlight right on top of it. 16 feet back, 2,000 lumen projector. Look how fantastic that looks. You know what? Before my time runs out, I'm going to do something a little crazy here. I'm going to reach in my box. I'm going to grab out the DMP Supernova right here. Right? Put that right there. Put that right in the middle. Show you how boss my screen is about to get. That's how powerful this screen is. So this is why this screen is worth $1,900. It's a $5,000 Supernova. This screen is only $1,900 at 47 AG. No screen paint can match it. The DMP Supernova can't match it. 16 feet back, 2,000 lumen projector on a 720p projector. 720p projector. Screen is producing pure color. Watch this. Skin tones. Okay guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video demonstration. Thank you all for watching. I'm just going to let this play through. I'm going to pause it right there. Look at that. That's how powerful 47 AG is. The screen is just freaking incredible. Hold on for a minute. I think I got some time here. Do I got time here to do this? There you go. Lights out. DMP Supernova at the bottom, right? There's DMP Supernova. Cheap screen paint. Here's a cheap screen paint we bought offline. Got the spotlight right over top of it. Our screen still looks incredible. Come over here. Let's knock out the spotlight altogether. This is just the last thing I got to do before signing off. So you can see how powerful this screen is. That's why people are paying $1,900 for this screen. Look at that. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Like I said, we do it thoroughly, we do it right over here. We do it fair. Thank you all for watching.